Imagine trying to memorize an entire library of books, where checking a single reference requires cross-referencing every other word you have ever read. This is the quadratic bottleneck that limits large language models from interpreting million-token contexts efficiently. This paper introduces LongCat ZigZag Attention, a method designed to break that computational barrier without sacrificing intelligence. Currently, standard attention mechanisms force every token to look at every other token, creating a quadratic explosion in computational cost. This complexity makes it nearly impossible to run applications like retrieval-augmented generation effectively over long documents. To process 1 million tokens efficiently, the industry needs a way to prune these connections while keeping the model smart. Previous attempts to solve this involved manually picking layers to sparsify, which often degraded the model's reasoning capabilities. The method proposed here, called the zigzag strategy, takes a different approach by letting the model itself decide which layers are redundant. It uses a calibration phase to identify the least important layers before converting them, matching the intuition behind the lottery ticket hypothesis. This figure outlines the core pipeline of the methodology, starting with a calibration step and moving into a retraining phase. The system assigns a learnable parameter to each layer to detect redundancy, effectively asking the model which parts of its attention mechanism are essential. Once identified, the least critical 50% of layers are switched to a sparse mode, and the model is retrained to close any performance gap. After the calibration determines the architecture, the selected sparse layers utilize streaming sparse attention. This mechanism focuses on sync blocks at the very beginning of the input and local blocks covering the most recent context, ignoring the noisy middle. Crucially, applying this at the layer level rather than the head level ensures the system runs efficiently on modern hardware. Now that we understand the architecture, let us look at the concrete gains in speed and accuracy reporting by the researchers. The results show that dropping half of the dense attention computation does not hurt the model's intelligence. The sparse model achieves over 50% faster prefill speeds and reduces decoding costs by 30%. Remarkably, it maintains parity with full attention baselines on complex benchmarks like math and code, proving that efficiency does not require a trade-off in capability. This paper demonstrates that with careful calibration, we can significantly prune the computational cost of large language models while preserving their ability to reason over massive contexts. For a deeper dive into the specific training recipes and benchmarks, I encourage you to visit emergentmind.com.